listen to people who are going to tell you that you can't do it. Don't listen to haters. Don't listen to naysayers. Don't listen to people that give you advice that tell you to slow down or you shouldn't do it or you can't do it or the time's not right or any of those other things. Those are dream stealers. They were sent to you to see if you'll overcome them. They were sent to you to test your resiliency. And if you can overcome that, if you just discard all that stuff and you get clear on those other things, you've got a really good chance of doing something great with your life. And just remember what you were put here to do. You're not a mistake. You're not here by an accident. You were born to do something great with your life. Don't listen to people that are going to tell you that you can't do it. Don't listen to haters. Don't listen to naysayers. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. I'm fired up. I'm super excited. A lot of value is coming in to go ahead and wrap up the month of February. And we are getting into some of the biggest months of the year. So I've got a great training today. We're going to be diving into the 4 ways to go ahead and build a better life, right? Diving in on the body, learning about the being, touching on a little bit of balance, getting into a little bit of business. So great topic coming in for today. But before we go ahead and dive in, as always, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get live on IG so they can go ahead and catch this as well. This is going to be one they are not going to want to miss. So family, go ahead and start it off for me. Get a little bit of gratitude. What is everybody grateful for coming into the week? Awesome. All right, family. So I'm grateful for God. I'm so grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. We've been getting super intentional with the morning rituals. Honestly, it's been a couple of days now, 216 days. But the difference is, right, there's a lot of individuals who go ahead and you might be taking the time to go ahead and write this down. But one of the biggest shifts for me is not only being able to just go ahead and write it onto the paper, right? That's a huge step, even for a lot of us who aren't used to go ahead and writing down gratitude, really journaling. The second biggest part of this is being able to really go ahead and get the feeling, right? Being able to hold the wish fulfilled as if it's already happened, being able to see that dream body, being able to feel your parents already as if they're healthy, being able to envision yourself traveling all over places that you haven't even been to yet, speaking on stage in front of thousands, whatever it is that really excites you, being able to really get the feeling and put this on paper is huge because now it's documented and we can go back and see it. So I'm grateful for all of you going ahead and doing the deep work. I'm grateful for the dream team. I'm so grateful to go ahead and jump into this new month of March. We have March Madness coming on. We've got the Orlando events coming in. So let me tell you, family, this is going to be one of the biggest 90-day sprints of our lives. And this is where it all begins. D-Wax in the building. It's good to see you, fam. I love it. So here we go. You ready? The 4 B's to go ahead and building a better life, family. I love this training because I know this is something tactical that every one of us can be able to go ahead and get off and put into action. You ready? JoJo, I see you, girl. Let's send some prayers to JoJo. Her family has been going through it a little bit. 1111, paint your vision. So it's all good, girl. Life is happening for you and not to you. So sending love and healing over there. All right, y'all ready? The 4 B's to building a better life. This is huge. The first one is going to be known as our body, right? I want to ask everybody my first question to go ahead and kick it off. What did you guys eat and what did you drink for the first thing when you guys got up this morning? First thing you put in your body, right? If we slept for 6, 8 hours, 4 hours, and our body's looking for nutrients, right? Understanding our body is looking for something to go ahead and take in. Whatever we put in our body, we're going to get a certain type of output, right? That's how life works. There's an input and there's an output. So if we're inputting, we talk about it all the time, inputting alkaline water, right? Kangen. Those of you that know about Enagic, this is sponsored by Enagic Kangen water. No, but seriously, so alkaline, right? If you guys can't get Enagic or Kangen, alkaline to go ahead and start small. Blueberries, anything that is whole foods is one of the best things that we can go ahead and start the day with, right? You know what's funny? I'm from Philly, right? My family actually had a Philly cheesesteak restaurant. So for us in up north, we're used to avocado, eggs. I love it. Up north, we're used to eating I would say, a very big meal when it comes to breakfast. I'm talking about eggs, potatoes, cheese, milk, orange juice, right? Pork roll, all of these different things I grew up with eating for breakfast. But little did I know, as I started to get older, as I started to really do my research, a lot of those things is one of the worst things we can go ahead and put in our body to go ahead and start off the day. Right? I'll give you an example, okay? 2 things. To be able to start off the day with meat and to start off the day with dairy products, how many of you guys wonder why you feel like you're congested? Why you feel like you have mucus that's just built up for no reason in the morning, like you can't really breathe? Okay. I'm gonna tell you a lot of that has to do with dairy. Okay. For those of you that don't know, dairy causes a lot of mucus congestion. Okay. So that's number one. It's gonna be consuming dairy, any cheese, any milks. I don't eat any cheese. I don't eat any milk. Ice cream is out of my diet, right? Because I started to understand that milk, believe it or not, is one of the most cancerous things that any of us can eat or drink, right? For those of you who don't know, cheese is pretty much just another form of milk, right? So I had to take completely out of my diet. Number two, okay, the second biggest thing that really changed the game for me is understanding meat, right? I used to always eat pork roll. I used to always eat bacon. If you wonder why you feel dead by the time 5 o'clock, by the time 6 o'clock comes around after work, I want you to ask yourself, how much meat are you eating throughout the day, right? And now, I'm not going to tell you guys I'm the one who doesn't eat meat at all. Yes, I still eat a little bit of chicken. Yes, I still eat some fish here and there. But I'm going to tell you, for the most part, what I learned is when we're eating dead meat, there's a reason why we feel dead. There's a reason why we want to go ahead and take a nap. And I'll go ahead and prove it to you, right? How many of you have ever heard of the itis getting out of Thanksgiving, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Everybody's like, oh, I'm ready to go ahead and take a nap. Well, this is because of what it is that we're eating. So Lady Boss Nikki is like, yo, as soon as I heard that, I had to stop it completely. But this is the truth. People wonder, like, yo, how are you so fired up? How do you have so much energy going to sleep at 3, 4 o'clock and getting back up at 6, 6:30 in the morning, right? The truth is, it's what, number one, the biggest thing we're talking about today at the beginning is going to be, what are we consuming, okay? The third part I want to get into when it talks about our body when it comes to alkaline, okay? Everything that we eat and everything that we drink is either acidic or it's alkaline, okay? Everything. So anything that's junk food, anything that's in a package, anything that we put in the microwave, it's now acidic, okay? Now I'm going to tell you three things. Diseases, illnesses, and cancer thrive in an acidic environment, right? So I had to start really thinking about it. If our body is 70% water and most of the liquids that we're drinking are acidic, guess what? There's a reason why so many people are so prone to getting sick, are so prone to getting illnesses. Not even going to bring up the last one, but a lot of it has to do with what it is that we're eating and what it is that we're drinking. You see, bacteria, illnesses, and the C word, they can't exist. They cannot thrive in an alkaline environment. This is why it's so crucial throughout the day to make sure that we're not only eating, but drinking alkaline foods. And then it comes to actually being able to do the work, right? Tony Robbins talks about motion creates emotion, right? Now, I know for myself, the times when I've been depressed, the times where I feel like life has just been hitting me a lot and I had so much energy, but it was just sitting. It was stagnant, right? You know what happens when something sits too long? It starts to get a little bit moldy. So one of the biggest things that I've learned to go ahead and implement when it comes to personal growth, when it comes to building a better life, forget about business, right? You're going to win in life way before we win in business. So today we're talking about how to win in life. So when we start going to the gym, when we start exercising, when we start moving around, especially in the morning to start the day, this is how we start getting the flow. This is how we start getting the energy. Because normally how the day starts, that's normally how it's going to flow. This is why we're 216 days deep inside of the morning rituals, because we started to understand how crucial this aspect is to go ahead and really take action and be intentional with our body, right? So that's number one. The first one we're getting into, 206. I love to see it, okay? It's going to be our body, being able to go to the gym, being able to hit a sauna, being able to do a cold plunge. I love Neno's topic today because I was already going to dive in, because this is part of the training that we got yesterday, that I had to make sure that everybody understood as we go on this 90-day sprint. If you're ready to go ahead and do so, March 1st, right? The beginning of the year, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Us being able to go ahead and get our feet set, build the foundation, get everything ready to get set in motion to really explode coming in to March. Okay. And it all is going to be start with what it is that what we're feeding our body, the type of actions that we're taking to go out and get in motion, the fuel that we're taking in. Okay. So that's number one. Number two is going to be our being. Okay. If I were to ask everybody on the call, what percentage of success do you believe is spiritual, and what percentage of success do you think is physical? So if we just talked about the body, right? We just did a whole topic. 1 out of 4 of these topics is on the body. We just talked about the physical side. Now I want to go ahead and switch it to the spiritual side. I want to ask you the question. What percentage of success do you believe is spiritual? What percentage do you think is physical? Been asking Shane for the song to give forever. Trust me, I need it too. So here's the truth, family. Over the course, over the course of the past 5+ years in entrepreneurship, I've actually been able to look at it a lot differently. You see, I used to think success was maybe 70, 80, 90% physical. It's only maybe 10% spiritual. Well, here's the truth, okay? In all reality, it's actually flip-flopped, right? Believe it or not, it's 90 to 99% spiritual, and it's only 10% physical. I'll give you guys a perfect example, right? We can be doing all of the work, but here's the deal, right? I can guarantee you, if the belief is not there, if the identity is not there, if the confidence is not there, the input is not going to give a great output because there's not a whole lot coming in on the input. So this is one of the first steps that I started to realize that success, a lot of it has to do right here, right? The spiritual side. You can't see your thoughts. You can't touch what it is that we're thinking, but how big of a role does it play in our entire lives? That's why they say our decisions shape our destiny, okay? So now we're going to be diving into the spiritual side of success. So who can tell me what are some parts of the spiritual side of success, right? When it comes to our being, how can we really go ahead and start working on our being? Who can give me an idea? Okay. Our being, the spiritual side of success. This has to do with all of these different actions that are going to allow us to start really connecting with our creator, that are going to allow us to start getting clear, to start getting the fog out of the way, right? That's all a mentor really is. That's all a guru really is. They're nobody special. You see, personal development here, I want you to go ahead and star this, okay? Personal development, aka unpersonal development, is not here to go ahead and give us more, right? We don't need more. What it's meant to do is to go ahead and take away from what isn't us already. That's why Michelangelo in the sculpture, he talks about, I chip away everything that isn't me to go ahead and build one of the finest sculptures that was ever built. Well, that's how it started, right? So how do we really connect in our spiritual side? You guys go ahead and give me some ideas below. Meditating in the morning, getting up on time, being able to see the sun rise. Inside of the book, The 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma talks about it's interesting because most people end up seeing more sunsets than they see sunrises, not knowing the sunrise, the energy inside of a sunrise is 1,000 times more powerful because most of the world is asleep. And it's just you and your creator to sit, be quiet, visualize, manifest, and get the feeling as if it's already happened, right? Any professional athlete, I want to teach you guys something, like a kicker, okay? Before a kicker goes and kicks a field goal in front of a stadium with thousands of people watching with all of this pressure, what do you think they do before they take 3 steps and they go ahead and kick the ball? They have to be able to visualize them literally taking the 3 steps, kicking it, and the celebration happening before they even take a first step. You see, this is the spiritual side of success. So how many of us have actually taken the time to start building all of these different parts of success in our lives? What does our dream body look like? What does our dream relationships look like? What is our dream travel locations that we wish to go ahead and see in person and experience the culture? It takes seeing it in our mind before it even happens. This is why every day I end the call with, if you can see it in your mind, you can what? You can hold it in your hand. This is called the spiritual side of success. And every day I'm subconsciously tattooing that into your brain because I know success is 90 to 99% spiritual, right? So reading, listening to audios, right? Going to church for those of you that go ahead and take the time to do so, writing down our gratitude, journaling, our night routine, right? What are some different aspects that you guys can think about that directly contribute to our spiritual side of success? Go ahead and drop it down below. Give me some ideas. Let me know. 90-10, Wax, you already know. All right. I love it. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into number 3. You ready? Number 3. This is a good one. Okay. Number 3 is going to be your business, right? Now let's go ahead and get into making some money. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of actually, a big reason of why we're doing this. A lot of us talk about it's not about the money. Well, here's the truth, right? Yes, impact. Yes, it's about being able to give back to others, but at the same time, without money, we can't do anything, right? We cannot pay for our children to go to college. We cannot pay for our grandparents to be able to get into assisted living. We cannot be able to pay for better health. We cannot be able to pay for better education. So at the end of the day, business is a very big portion of 4 ways to building a better life, because this is all of this ties together. But you see, to be able to build the business without understanding the spiritual side, without understanding that what we put into our body, what we're feeding ourselves, there's going to be a reason why so many feel stuck, because they haven't understood how to go ahead and put all 4 of these pieces together, right? So now we're going to be talking about business. So what are some things that we can focus on building our business every single day, right? These are questions I ask myself. So for all of us that are in e-commerce, we have the e-commerce go live sessions every single day, right? We have a direct call with Chris Reef, a multi-millionaire inside of the space, a veteran in the game for 7+ years, who's able to go ahead and get on, get us live education, share his screen, go over his stores, walk us through, and literally 4 times throughout the month. Talk about extreme actions inside of the inner circle, right? Being able to ask questions, being able to see others that are winning inside of their store and go ahead and reach out and say, you know what are you doing? What's winning for you lately that you can go ahead and maybe guide me through a little bit, right? This is huge, okay? Being able to develop leaders. But you see, in order to develop leaders and attract leaders, it's going to take us becoming a higher version of ourselves. All right, I want you guys to go ahead and draw a line on your piece of paper, okay? Here's something that I realized. If you were to draw a line and you were to go ahead and put it 1 through 10 and ask yourself, what level, what number on the scale am I a leader right here, right now? You see, because here's how it works. Whatever level that we're at, we're going to be able to attract that level and below, and we're going to have to hunt that level and above, right? So before in my business, when I was a level 3 and I wasn't doing any deep work, I wasn't actually showing up on the calls, I wasn't really present, guess what I was attracting? Individuals who just wanted fast money, who didn't want to do any deep work, who weren't ready to actually do what it takes to reach serious levels of success. So guess what I had to do? I had to go ahead and develop myself into a higher level leader. I had to actually start taking these calls seriously. I had to actually really start reaching out to my mentor. I had to really start plugging in to the information that we have. And guess what started to happen? I created a ripple effect. Here's what all of you should understand. As we become the best versions of ourselves, we start to what? Inspire others to do the exact same thing. So as we plug in with Go Live, as we learn the information better, as we start to implement it, what happens? We get a little bit more confidence, we get some sales, we get some success, we get some withdrawals. And I'm going to tell you right now, family, to be able to go out and speak with that confidence, you have a different light. You've got a different type of shine and aura that's over your body. Why? Because you're actually plugging in. And this is one of the biggest things that I did, right? Any mentor that you see there, nobody's special. We just took the information and we're able to go ahead and implement and take action with all of the Zooms, all of the Go Lives, and then learn from that action. Because here's the truth. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fail, but it's not about how many times we fall. It's about how many times we get up and learn and continue to get better from what it is that we experience, right? So for traders, right, we've got a lot coming in. We've got a session every single day from Mike Navarrete, breaking down all of the fundamentals of what it takes to really go ahead and learn smart money, right? Social media, those that really want to go ahead and build your brand, we've got a promo going for $1, right? $1 promo where people can actually come in and learn how to go viral, learn how to actually become an influencer, learn how to be a person of value, right? So this is big. As you start to go ahead and put it out, and here's another thing for your business, okay, family? Don't be afraid to show people what it is that you do, okay? Here's another thing that I realized. People are getting sold things every single day. You know what's crazy? They had no intention of buying them. How many times do we go to the grocery store? We had no intention of buying things. We just happen to buy it because it's there. We get to the front cash register and we happen to see a piece of candy or something. We're like, might as well get it just because it's there. You see, this is marketing, family. This is part of sales. This is part of influence, right? So at the end of the day, here's the beauty about what it is that we do. We don't have to sell anything to anybody. Before in my previous companies, whether it was an energy drink, hair products, vitamins, we had to sell something to get paid. You see, here, we're able to go ahead and utilize the products, maximize the leverage, and be able to go ahead and not only win from what it is that we're using, but be able to share an education that actually works, that has a proven track record. So anybody else that wants to learn, that wants to grow and join this community as well, can go ahead and do so and not feel afraid. Like, wow, I don't know if I'm new. I don't know if people are going to be asking these same questions. Why? because individuals are coming in to know that they're doing this for themselves, but not by themselves. And this is why it's so important to know that at the end of the day, if we didn't share this with somebody, right? There's people on this call. If you didn't share this with somebody, they would have never been able to have the impact that you've allowed them to receive because you opened the door for them, right? There's people that I've brought in that learned the skill set of trading faster than me, that learned about e-commerce, about building their e-commerce store faster than me, right? That are crushing their Shopify store faster than me. And this is what I love to see. This is why I wake up every day excited to do what it is that we do, because I know there's so many out there that are looking for the information that we have access to. So here's the deal. Not only can we implement it, we can also go ahead and impact others with it as well. So that's the business side. Okay. What are our IPAs? What are our DMOs? What are our income producing activities? What are our daily methods of operation? And last but not least, it's going to be balance. Okay. To be honest, I'm not the biggest person to go ahead and talk about balance, because to be honest with you, I don't really believe in balance like most people teach it, right? Most people are going to say, well, I work a 9 to 5. I'm busy. I have a lot going on. I should probably go ahead and get some rest, go to sleep, and wake up and do it again. I'm not going to say that that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm never down on jobs. But you see, what we are up on is opportunity, right? I know nobody on this call, nobody listening to this is built to have an average life. Nobody's built to just pay bills, get by, and that's existence. That's the dash. That's the eulogy that people are going to talk about. I know there's so much more inside of all of us. This is why I'm so passionate every day to go ahead and give value, to pour into you, because I know what we can all do when we wake up and realize the God that's within. So here's what we're going to talk about: balance, right? Balance, we're talking about getting these pillars aligned, right? Building a deep foundation, okay? If your place at home seems like it's hectic, if it seems like it's overwhelming, I want you to understand this, okay? I was living out of my car in 2015, graduating college. I had no job. I had 30K in debt, right? I had a lot going on in my life, but I had to understand, I had to be able to visualize somewhere that I wasn't already, okay? So I'll never forget it. Inside of my car, I had sticky notes written all over the car. Literally went to Target, bought sticky notes. I got a dollar bill. Kaz knows this, right? Shay knows this. We got a dollar bill, and we literally taped it on our steering wheel and wrote 6 zeros after the dollar bill. So every day that we woke up, that's what we were seeing. That's what we were impressing on our subconscious mind, right? I've went to individuals, some of my students, some of my mentees that are living in trailer parks, right? But the trailer park, they didn't become a product of their environment. They became a victim of their environment, right? They became instead of a victim of their environment, they became a victor. So when I walked in, you see, I can tell a lot about somebody's place when I go in their house just by looking at certain things, right? If some things are messy, right? If they have a bigger TV than their library, right? Certain things I start to realize, like why there's certain dysfunctions in certain places, okay? For family, how many of us feel like we walk in the house and there's a certain negative energy, right? That there's just something that's there. You have an argument. Maybe people don't believe you. Maybe they tell you this doesn't work, okay? You know what I've started to understand? As we start to go ahead and build the higher version of ourselves, guess what? Most of the time, the closest people, the closest friends, they're not going to believe in what it is that we do. They're not doing the deep work every day. They're not reading. They're not listening to the audios. So if I understood, I can't change somebody. I can't change how somebody is. I can't tell you don't go eat meats. But what we can do is we can change the way somebody thinks, and then they'll go ahead and change what it is that they do. I can tell you don't go eat meat, you're going to go eat it. But if I tell you meat is one of the most cancerous things, you might think twice the next time you go out and eat it. So when it comes to your family, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to our loved ones, right? As you start shining a little bit more, that's going to rub off into them. And you're going to be able to be a light. You're going to be able to be a person of energy. You're going to be able to be a source for them. Okay? And for myself included, right? Some of my family's very negative. Some of my family's constantly talking about negative self-talk. You know what I had to understand? Just because somebody is feeling misery, just because somebody's feeling a certain type of way, most of the time, their misery runs down their leg across the floor and straight up our leg. I didn't want people to control my life anymore. I don't want to be a victim of other people's emotions. So you know what I had to do? I had to make sure that I took care of myself first. And a couple of things I had to do. How many of you feel like you have grudges? How many of you feel like you have family members inside of your circle that maybe you need to make a call to go ahead and let some weight off of your shoulders? Could be your mother, could be your father, could be a cousin, a sibling, a loved one, maybe that you haven't talked to them. You just want to say, I love you. I can tell you right now, if the house is messy, if the house is filled with frustration, if there's grudges that are being held on to right now, this could be the weight. This could be that one bottleneck that's literally stopping the flow from being able to be stuck to now being able to start opening the valve so you can really start stepping in to your greatness. This is me. I had to do this. There was family members I needed to make that call to say, yo, I love you. It's been a long time. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. Even 30s, even a minute call. Just be able to give love and gratitude, family. It feels so good when you're able to go ahead and do that and pour into those that you love. So this is big. This is the 4 ways to go ahead and build a better life, right? We have our body. Go ahead and touch them back on the 4. We have our body. We have our being. We have our business. And then we have balance, right, between our life, between our friends, between our significant others, okay? Now, for this next 90 days, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to friends, for my friends, right, there's not a lot, okay? When it comes to those that I'm actually outside of the business, but there's a couple, right, that I still talk to. For the next 90 days in March 1st, right, I'm going to be going on an all-out 90-day sprint to really go ahead and leave it all on the field, to really see what it is that we can all do, because I know that 90 days can change anybody's life. I've seen it, whether it comes to e-commerce, trading, building your business, building a brand. So for all of you that are ready, go ahead and take this sprint. And just like Nena was talking about before, I love the way you put it. It's not about going 90 days all into our business, okay? This is about going 90 days all in on our life, right? This 216 days that's been going, it might as well start fresh, right? Whole new 90-day sprint, whole new 90-day energy coming in as soon as March 1st hits to really go ahead and max out 2023. So the vision that we wrote for 2023 can go from dreams manifesting into reality. So family, with that being said, if you guys are ready to go ahead and go on this 90-day sprint, not for the left, not for the right, not for the person on social media, not for the person in the group chat, but for the person directly in the mirror, go ahead and drop some 3s down below. Smash that like button if you guys got any vibe. If you guys are ready to go ahead and build a better life, because I'm right there running with you, family. If nobody told you today, I appreciate you. You're powerful. You're a leader. You're amazing. You're growing by the day. And I'm so excited to see all of it continue. So family, with that being said, it is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. Remember, we can be, do, or have anything that we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Let's get to work, family. It's game time. Let's grow.